All right, what's up? Lesson 117. We are cruising along so fast now. It's utterly depressing for me to think about how, like, if I would have just stayed the course this year, it's like December, like I could be almost done with the year. But oh no, I did not stick with the lessons this year. It felt impossible with all the chaos in my life. And so now I am only on 117 as we round into December. It's crazy. All right. Oh well. Oh well. You are where you are. You are where you are. And if you could put those egoic judgments aside, which I just did a fine demonstration of how the ego likes to judge everything, if you could put the woulds, shoulds, and coulds aside and just be happy, that would be fulfilling your purpose. So 117 says God being love is also happiness. So love and happiness, same thing. God being love is also happiness. God's a happiness. You heard it here first, folks. Let me remember love is happiness and nothing else brings joy. And so I choose to entertain no substitutes for love. I'm wrestling my arms here. All right, so that's all I want is happiness and joy and love. Number 104, I seek but what belongs to me in truth. So this is definitely a little message of entitlement, like love is my heritage, okay? And with it, joy. It belongs to me, right? These are the gifts my Father gave to me. Like, how dare you try to take away my love, joy, and happiness? It's my heritage. Hello, my Father gave it to me. I would accept all that is mine in truth. So yeah, it's kind of like bring it. It's mine, and that's all I want. So on the hour today, I was supposed to say God being love is also happiness, which I did a few times, and then on the half hour, I seek but what belongs to me in truth. It's really hard for me. I'm not making excuses, but my ego is. And it's really hard for us to pay attention to the clock. It's like this day went by so fast. I cannot believe it's whatever time it is, like 7, 8, I don't know. It just flies by. It really does. And kind of what Tina Jesus said today kind of made me feel like, so it's okay to do what you want, literally. They said that. So let me hand it over to Tina Jesus. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Let's not. So Tina Jesus was all like, you are allowed to be happy. That's just all Tina Jesus wanted to talk about today. You are allowed to bake cookies and take a nap. Is like a direct quote from Tina Jesus today. So we should be celebrating up in here. Do what you want. Do what you want. Being happy is right. It's the right thing to do. So Tina Jesus then went on to talk a little bit about like how we don't do that and why we are so conditioned to suffering and working to the bone and the grind, and you know, we really are trained to be unhappy. But what we really need to retrain ourselves in now is tapping into our true self of power. Our true self that, you know, knows what the gifts that their Father gave them. Happiness is alignment with love. So he kind of said more than that, but the whole takeaway was you are allowed to be happy and you are allowed to bake cookies and take a nap if that makes you happy. Yep, there it is right there. You're allowed to be happy. You are allowed to take a nap. You're allowed to lay around and just wait for ascension. You're allowed to just do what it is that you feel like you should do. And then it's been a couple hours since I listened to that recording, but you know, Tina Jesus playlist, I have them all ready for you in the description. But it was also kind of saying, how did he say it? Like, be content with where you are. Like, you don't need to be envying or lusting or wishing you were anyone else doing anything else other than what you're doing right now. So whatever makes you happy, you know what I mean? But you don't want to be like always thinking that you could be happier being somebody else. No, who you are is just perfect. Absolutely. So that was pretty cool. You are allowed to be happy. You're allowed to bake cookies. Like, that's funny. That is funny. We'll get back to having cookies in here very soon, actually. What, like lesson 121, okay? So hang in there, lesson 121, we'll get a cookie. I'll be ready to bake cookies by then. All right, here's the pathways of light. Listen to it, Sadie. Sadie in the future, who's gonna go back and watch these videos again. Make sure you're listening to the pathways of light, girl. I recorded them for you. Now listen to them. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 117, Insights. Review. God, being love, is also happiness, and I seek but what belongs to me in truth. Accepting God is accepting inner happiness. Accepting God or love is accepting joy. I don't often think of it that way, but today's lesson is telling me that this is the truth. My true identity is happiness and joy. Everyone's true identity is happiness and joy. Let me today connect with the happiness and joy in everyone. Let me today see beyond the false ideas to the happiness and joy that is always there to be found. Today I choose to accept happiness and find happiness everywhere. If only God is real, only happiness is real. Only joy is real. Happiness and joy are inherent in love. They go together. Today I will practice accepting my inheritance. I will practice accepting happiness and joy. They are inherent in what I am. I will practice accepting myself today. The frequent repetitions will help me remember the truth today. Advertisers use words and phrases such as genuine, original, accept no substitutes, it's the real thing. They appeal to the part of us that is seeking for what is real. It's time to stop accepting substitutes for love. Love is what is real and true about us. The world was made as a substitute for love when specialness was valued more than the universality of love given equally to all. The substitutes leave us feeling empty because the substitutes are empty. I cannot have both love and specialness. Love is oneness, and specialness can only exist in separation. To be special, I must set myself apart. But to be apart means to be alone. I cannot be happy if I believe I am apart from all that is. Today I would let that go and accept my oneness with love and happiness. Holy Spirit, help me to see the sameness that I share with all my brothers. Help me to see the love, my one self in everyone. Help me to let go of all the false images I have sought to overlay upon my brothers as a substitute for the real thing. Today is a day to practice accepting no substitutes and seeking the real thing. Love and nothing else. I seek but what is mine in truth. Pathwaysoflight.org. All right, so pretty interesting how advertisers use those words because they understand, they're like little marketing psychologists, and they know that like you want the real deal and you want the real thing, and you know, like there is this desire in us that wants these things, this happiness that really we can only find from within, from God, from love. But hey, they're gonna just jump on they're gonna jump on the opportunity to market to you any way they can, and they get you. I found that pretty interesting. I found, you know, how we always want that special relationship, and that's just the world of separation. So I guess that's why none of mine will ever work out. It's just a substitute for real love and real connection and the divine. So just can't be having it. Also loved in the Course in the Pathways of Light Insights from A Course in Miracles, lesson 117, is the repetitions that one person mentioned, like the repetition all day long, saying God being love is also happiness. I seek but what belongs to me in truth. That's even more like, okay, God being love is also happiness. Like my mind doesn't actually really want to argue with that at all. But I seek but what belongs to me in truth. Like, do you feel worthy of love, of your heritage? Like, are you having trouble accepting these gifts on some level? And yeah, I would say most people do have something that's like not allowing themselves to really receive or feel like they're entitled to it. Yeah. So repeating, I would accept all that is mine in truth. I seek but what belongs to me in truth. You have to, the repetition is there to help retrain your piss poor low self-esteem, your ego destruction, like all the things that you have going on upstairs, you know, that keeps you from your inner joy and your inner happiness. The repetition helps clarify and retrain. All right, so anyways, I choose to entertain no substitutes for love. I think we'll just end on that, because if you can commit to that today, I choose to entertain no substitutes for love. Love is happiness. God being love is also happiness, and nothing else brings me joy. Period. And mic drop. Just leave it right there.